Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first Salty Banter of 2025. Is this number 6? Let's call it 6. And let's see how 2025 goes. So, first on my screen today is Lee. What's going on? Are you wearing a wig, or what is that on your face?
I've got a little daisy in my hair.
Oh, is that your hair?
Yes, that is my hair.
It is now.
Is it actually?
It always has been.
You got a bit of a quiff.
Let me just get rid of this fucking...
Do you want us to come back to you, or?
No, I'm done.
Cool.
Happy New Year, sir.
Happy New Year.
And everyone else, Happy New Year.
And a nice
Happy New Year.
new fancy microphone there with a shock mount.
And I've got a fancy stand as well. Yeah, have a look.
Ooh.
Oh, turn it that way.
Oh, it's on a boom.
Yeah, I've got a El Gato boom.
Oh,
Nice.
the Elgato stuff is the business.
I'm really impressed with it. I just wish I'd have got the one with the gas canister in there rather than the screwy up one, but...
I have bought so much audio gear over the years and been in the band and all the rest of it. And since doing all these podcasts and stuff like that, anything I've bought that does not have the Elgato logo on it, I've eventually gone and bought the Elgato version.
Yeah. Well, I've got the mic, which is now ready for you, Liam.
Oh, thank you very much.
And then saw this and thought, oh, that looks quite nice. And the whole aesthetics of it looks really well. And I found them on AliExpress that were about 30 quid. And then Mixer, but same again. So for 60 quid, I got both of them. And $4.99 for a XLR lead. And as you can hear, it works great.
It is really good.
But the thing is, now I've found another site that does the Rode pod mic, and it's 145 quid for mic, headphones, and a Rode one of these, the arm. And I'm like, do I just get that? Because I want the Rode mic just for look.
What? But you've just bought...
Yeah, I know.
That's what Lee
I
does.
had the other mic 2 weeks.
That's what he does.
Prior.
You can put that one in the cupboard.
I was just going to say something like that.
Yeah, so
Well, the thing is, the Rode arm I could use for my camera, so I could put this little camera, that camera on it.
But you're happy with the arm, the mic, the shock mount,
Oh yeah,
cable, but you're thinking about changing.
ADHD, it's a fucker.
is
You
this
get an
how
image
you
in your
got
head
into the
and you-
reefing, Lee?
You what?
Is this how you got into reefing? You started with a goldfish bowl and then eventually...
Yeah.
I mean, I've got ADHD, right? Like quite bad ADHD. ADHD, I can't even fucking say it. But I don't have financial ADHD.
Oh, it's terrible. If I get something in my head, I've got to have it like that. Otherwise, and it's one of them. I'll skimp my sen and do stupid stuff to get what I want, and then it'll sit in a box for a fucking month before I actually use it. But
Tom, yeah, everyone's thinking it.
yeah, well,
It's
that's
funny
not
enough.
because of my incompetence. Where Tom has got the lack of not incompetence. My apologies, Tom, if you see this.
Just
It's just, he's one of them, it's this technophobe part of him. Whereas me, it'll just be, I'll get around to it later.
I don't think
But, yeah.
Tom's a technophobe. I think he just likes people doing stuff for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't say
I've set
anything,
up,
so
I've set up my
anyone
second
wants to
trident
say
over
So
Christmas.
how many staff? Yeah.
26.
25?
Oh, yeah, one got cold.
94, isn't it?
You lost one over Christmas.
25, I think.
25.
Anyway,
It's constantly in flux, that number.
I do understand the upgrade process, especially when it comes to mics and things like that, because I'd like to not have this in my face so I can access my keyboard and my soundboard a lot easier. So I'm looking at upgrades as well, but the money involved is insane.
Well, I found this place and I can get, just have a look, let me just click on the page again. Yeah, so for a Rode mic in white with the arm to match and an XLR cable, it's 145 quid.
Oh, I thought you said that came with the headphones, because these are
I did, but
quite
it don't,
expensive headphones.
that's a different one that I'd looked at. That was the one where the VAR caster mixing thing.
Oh, the wee board thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know these are all right, but it's then you add my snobbery kicks in and thinks, it's cheap shit. I want I want Nike. I don't want Nix or George from Asda.
I wouldn't buy the Rodecaster. Again, I use hardly any of the functions at all.
No, not the main board. It's the podcast mic. I like the look of it.
Ah.
And you can get the fancy sleeves that go over the top of it in bright orange to match my cable. Because I'm that much of a fucking bitch.
So, have you done any reefing, Lee?
Yeah, I've set up my second trident. I've done not a great deal on tank. The chromis are coming out because I've killed my big bird nest colony by sleeping in it and starting off STN. So I've lost that. I also
Lee, didn't you say that the clownfish killed the clam, and then it turned out the clam didn't kill? Do you really think chromies sleeping in it are killing your bird's nest?
I've got the same colony in a different tank and a smaller frag in the same tank in the same kind of area, and the chromies, it's too small for chromies to get in. All absolutely fine. So it can't be down to water conditions, otherwise they'd all be dead. And the frags are off the same colony.
How many chromis have you got, Lee? I mean, that's going to be a nightmare to catch them.
I think there's a 15 to 20 of them in there.
Jesus Christ.
Are you going to track Lee?
You what?
Are you going to trap them, or are you going to just try and net them?
A bit of both. It's a job for later on anyway.
It's a really small fishing pole.
Oh, don't worry, Liam. I'll be bringing them to you.
I reckon Lee hates his chromis that much he'll just literally connect a car battery to the tank and restart.
Swap them
If I didn't have other stuff in it, I probably would.
Shotgun approach. Boom. That's them all gone.
I've got one living in my Duncan, and you can see the crater where the Duncan will no longer grow. It's just like...
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
I've got them that nest in my Aquapora, and don't touch it. It's fine.
Yeah, mine nest in all the corals, and the corals are fine with them.
I watched a documentary on it.
Are they breeding, Lee?
Not that I know of. They're just all trying to kill each other. But I saw a documentary on it ages ago. You what, bud?
I just wondered if it's something to do with them breeding.
No, not yet. But I watched a documentary, and it was a big thing about how certain damsels stay and live in the coral, and they kill the coral by living in it. And they're hiding from predators, but they're also destroying the reef.
And they're like farming algae, right?
Yeah, yeah.
They keep a little patch and they chase the tangs away.
Yep.
You
was thinking it was crazy global warming, but it's just chromis.
Just fucking chromis. With that Great Barrier Reef money you're sending in, they should be able to kill a bunch of those chromies for us.
How many car batteries can we donate just to throw in the ocean to electrocute them all?
Best thing for them.
So is that all that's been happening reefing wise then, Lee? I mean, you want to get all the...
Did I say to set up my second trident?
Yes, so is that on the Cade or the water box?
It's actually just on the big sumps at the minute. Cameron's early.
On the same system as...
No. I still haven't linked the sumps because I just haven't had the mental strength to do it, to be brutally honest. Christmas is never a good time for me at best anyway, so I ain't done as much as I would like. It's same as I've got the calcium reactor still sat in front room. I ain't even took it in at cellar yet. But that's all stuff to get done this next week coming. So the big sumps are still on their own. I didn't want to link them in until I knew the water quality and them were okay. It's like, it's all right linking 1,000 litres of water into my system when my magnesium's at 12 and calcium's at 300 and alkalinity at, say, 6. But now it's been running for a couple of days. I know the alkalinity and all that's all right. I'm also going to do a full set of tests. I'm going to run an ICP on it, make sure all things are in roughly the right area before I link it to either of the systems, because it's a big volume of water that could create a huge swing and cause me a lot of issues.
So is that...
And I've had enough issues over too.
Is that something down in your basement just sitting, running just on its own? It's not actually plumbed to anything at all? It's just... So it's just like another tank down there?
Well, kind of. I've got an auto water change taking out 25 litres a day into my system and then 25 litres out of my system into it. So it is rotating into it, but not at a point where if there's any issues, it'll do a great deal of damage.
Okay. That's quite sensible.
I am quite a sensible person, thank you very much.
Surprised, Rob.
Yeah, I'm not trying. I'm being deadly serious. That's quite a sensible way of approaching it, rather than I just want to get it up and running and it's done. It's there. Let's flick the valve and away we go. So yeah, well done.
I've made that mistake so many times. Like when I set up the Peninsula, the idea was because there were 1,000 litres in Peninsula, and then other systems, it were getting linked into the whole system. So when I first set it up, I had the Peninsula, a 5-footer, a 3-footer, and a second 3-footer. And I thought, I'll set it up and I'll run pump slow so water mixes gently. And then when we put it on, I turned my mate down and went, let's see how fast it can go. And I just put it on full tilt like a dickhead. And I'm like, I'm not doing that again. As I'm watching flesh strip off my fucking SPS, I'm like, oh, great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've made that mistake, so I'm trying to learn from them.
So how far away are you from turning the valve on that sump and it going live?
I could do it. It'd take me 20 minutes. Literally 20 minutes to do it.
Well, I mean, gluing takes ages, so I mean, you're going to save some time there.
Well, that's it, yeah. Salt creep, nature's glue. We all know this.
You can do this lively. Come on, mate. Do it for the team.
Yeah, I could do, actually.
Could do.
I'll think about it, because, I mean, no major rush to do it, so we could always put camera downstairs. I took my phone down. I can link that to laptop and take that downstairs. The only thing is I can't bleep out my arse being shown when I bend over.
I don't think bleeps cover arses. I'll be totally honest.
I mean, I got a logo on the last one, didn't I?
I think secretly you can actually move as fast as you do in that time-lapse video. That's actually just you working.
Yeah. Not quite that quick, but I am quick when I get going. For a fat bloke, anyway.
Fuck's sake. Okay, next on my screen today is John. John, did you have a nice Christmas and New Year, and what was happening in your reefing world? Thank you very much for your photo and your apron that made me cry a little with laughter.
Yeah, I couldn't resist doing that, to be honest.
I think I'll, in editing,
Fucking hilarious.
I think I'll drop it now.
I laugh my ass off.
Well, Christmas and New Year was whatever it was, but I mean, I started this week off by, I usually run our road tubing through the house, so I've got my water coming out comes into the wall. I open the cabinet on my big tank and then farm it out to all the tanks. And I've never taped it down before. I just leave it like big, like loopy thing, a big dangerous trip hazard, and never tripped over it before. And then for some reason, I decided I had some masking tape knocking it. I just taped it down the floor for no reason, just for safety, and managed to trip over that and go flying. So that's prompted me to go around the house, and now I've all the tanks downstairs, all the electrics and all the RO to all the ATOs is all trunked in around the house. So when I'm now filling up all the ATOs and I'm sitting here, and it's doing upstairs as well, and I'm also pumping salt water out of the garage into one upstairs, one downstairs. So that's a good bit. But also my large tank, I put some chromis in just before Christmas, fully quarantined. Well, I thought they were anyway. I put them in the big tank, and a few days later, my powder blue started, like it goes that, like it's just ready to go into batter, like dusted on both sides. I was like, oh. So I started doing that Polyp Lab reef safe treatment, which did nothing.
Yeah.
So now I've got a little table rigged up with a 5-litre jug of a 3% hydrogen peroxide on a Kermoa, dosing in, I think it's every 15 minutes during the night, and a couple of big ones during the day, on Humblefish. But the powder blue didn't make it. I've not actually seen it. It looked, when they go into the corner and they start huffing, and you think, oh, that's got about 12 hours. I've seen a bone, I've seen a head, a tail. It's just
gone,
been eaten up. Yeah, it's just been absorbed into the tank. So
that's what happened to my granddad.
Have you got a shark?
No, I haven't got a shark. No, Liam. I'm, planning on getting one. I might get a couple. Yeah.
All I heard was shark, and then Lee saying something about his granddad.
Yeah, we left him. He went corner, started huffing and puffing, so we left him to drown. Fine.
Rob, you're muted, mate.
Yes. We're not all ignoring you. You're just muted.
Standard.
Come on,
Rob.
Rob messaged me one day on one of these and was like, fucking ignoring me. And he started throwing his hands up. Come on, Rob. Sorry, right, John. We're going to have to see more of your tanks at some point. I mean, there would be an easy way of sorting this out, which would...
Yeah. Well, me and Lee and Jim were talking about this like early as of this morning. I've only got for some reason, I've crammed that tank in right near where the guy would need to put full fiber into my house. I've only got about 70 here, 70 meg here, but mobile is about 20. And every time I try it, the more people join this, the worse and clunkier it gets until it just disconnects. So, but whether I can get someone to wants to slide down the side of that tank and get involved with my,
What I'm planning on doing...
a fucking great excuse, John. I like it.
I've had it up my sleeve for that's as good as I can do on the fly. Do you know what I mean? But it's I'm going to stick with that. Yeah,
I'm toying with an idea moving forward this year of doing tank tours with a limited quantity of people.
I thought he was going to turn up and knock on the door, sort of thing, and come flying in like.
No, so if I did
like Jeremy Beadle or something.
If I did this with just you right now on Zoom, we would both be verging on 4K. And the audio jumps up a slight bit. So I absolutely love us all hanging out and chatting, but that's what Salty Banter's for. But for actual tank tours and for people to actually get a good view of people's systems and things like that, I think I'm going to have to change how it works.
Yeah.
Which is a shame. I know it won't be as inclusive, but I think for video quality, like Sam Parker, for example, I was like, everyone's going to join that tour, therefore it's going to be 240p.
Yeah, it's chaos. Yeah.
And it's going to be like Minecraft Reef Tank.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I just want to get the quality up because it's Sam Parker. That's not what I mean. I just mean that I know people will see it. And
I managed to watch pornography at 240p and it doesn't bother me. I mean, it's...
Really?
Yeah.
I grew up from days when pornography, you went hunting in woods for it and found bits of magazines that were ripped up.
Bongo mags in the bushes.
That's it, yeah. I'm glad someone knows.
Yeah.
We try to tell that to youth today and they don't believe you.
They don't know they're born, do they?
It's totally true. It's totally true.
Does anyone actually know whoever put it there?
Council delivering porno mags into bushes.
Why did nobody store them in a bag, though? Why was it always left out in the rain?
Yeah. Damp, stuck together.
Different meaning of centerfold then.
Anyway.
Back to your video quality, though. There is another way around it, Ron. What you could do is get the person doing video with a tank tour with, record it with them, then you've got the high quality video, and then you can add that to your thing, and we could watch it with that person in the group here like this. Watch the tank tour.
Yeah, I did think about pre-recording, then doing a kind of like showing type thing so people can ask questions live, but also have the person whose tank it was live as well, and we can just hit pause and chat. I'm toying with ideas, but to get the actual quality, I mean, if you look back at the very early tank tours of ReefyAF, some of them are so bad that we'd be as well just deleting them. I mean,
Did Jason do one?
Jim,
look at
Jim, tell everybody your connection speed.
Well, I don't know what it is now, but it's
roughly
861 megabytes. So it's pretty good.
Yeah. What do you use that for, Jim?
What?
What are you watching with that download speed? What kind of resolution are you getting?
Soccer.
I don't know. Soccer. Yeah,
Soccer,
I just watched the Spurs lose. That was fun. Spurs lost. They suck.
Footballs.
So, yeah, hockey.
Anyway,
just sports.
Fun. Your tank.
Yeah. Which one?
We'll need to get a tour booked in.
Yeah, I know.
It might be really ropey connection, but it'll be a laugh.
I could do it. I can just run up the stairs like Annika Rice.
Oh my God, showing your age there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, challenge Annika.
Come on, Annie. Come on.
I didn't see much in me, but she did have a nice bum.
I can probably jump out of Rob's helicopter to give it the full effect.
Who's Annika?
We had a game show here. Well, it wasn't really a game show here years ago, and it was
Treasure hunt, wasn't it?
the people who played it would be in the studio, and they would give clues and advice to a lady in a jumpsuit, lycra jumpsuit, and she would run around Britain doing what the people in the studio told her to do.
It was mostly her arse, wasn't it? You just watched her arse wagging about, she was jumping out stuff. Yeah,
it was definitely aimed at a certain demographic. Let's say,
same as Baywatch is aimed at the same kind of demographic.
Yes, every Sunday night my dad was ready to sit down to watch Baywatch. He was too busy.
So you hold my watch while I watch Baywatch.
Okay, I keep asking John about his tanks and we keep getting sidetracked. Anything else to add this week in reefing, John?
I don't think so. No, not really.
Let's move down to Liam now that he's got a mouthful of coke.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, I got over 50
Happy New
views.
Year,
Fuck
mate.
you guys.
Is that a lie?
It's 51 now.
Hey! So, I've got
it. Yeah, fuck you guys.
I've got it on in the background.
I'm catching Jordan.
Really? What's he on?
He's at 71.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy because we even had Alex do a tank tour and he didn't get any views.
Nope.
No.
That's back when I didn't realize that the word fuck was in all of our video titles and YouTube slaughtered us.
Actually, I'm catching Brian V and Alex. Alex has got 87 and Brian's got 61.
Alex, massive entire basement tank has less than 100 views.
Yes, that's crazy. I don't think many people know about his tank. Like, it's not a lot of people know about his tank.
You don't hear people talking about it in the circle of people with reef tanks.
Not at all.
Yeah. Anyway.
Is that Alex from Aquarium Domain?
No.
It's just a guy that has a house with a basement and he basically filled his entire basement with a tank. It's fucking huge. How many
all he does is
like
all he does
30,
is clean skimmers.
It's what, 30 couple feet long?
I heard that, Budnick. How many gallons is it, Jim? Jim lives near him. Jim was actually involved. And you helped him build a wee bit of it, didn't you?
Yeah, I helped him put the glass in.
Is it plywood?
No, well, it's plywood base with glass inserts. So we siliconed in probably 28 by 4 glass inserts. So it's like a 30 by 12 foot tank that's an L. So then there's like another 12 foot like branch. And then the back room is like, I don't know, 2,000 gallons of other tanks and then a 2,000 gallon sump and
is one side of the L like fish only and the other side's
yep. One side's reef, one side's predator.
Yeah.
It's huge, man. Huge.
Yeah, but it's
pretty cool. He does a lot of DIY stuff and it's pretty cool.
It's still under 100 views. Crazy.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
But again, they all had the word fuck in the actual title.
Yeah.
Sounds like we need another one then.
And
I remember seeing base of it being built on. Wait now, one of other lives. She don't do it anymore. She has a square tank. Reefer Girl, I think it is. I remember seeing him on that.
She's friends. Him and her are friends. I know.
Never heard of her.
Really
Alex is a good guy. I've given him a bunch of corals. He's given me a bunch of corals. We're friends, and he actually gave me my frag tank. He gave me my frag tank. He had it sitting in the basement, and then And I gave him a bunch of corals. I said, "What are you doing with that?" He said, "You can have it." Oh, thanks. So
Me and John saw Jim's tank last night, and it looked really well, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Yeah,
it's
it really nice.
the reset's coming along. Yeah.
You were doing some work on it, and we were all just like,
Right, we're coming.
Okay.
We're coming to Jim. This is a fucking shit show.
So I got a mic. I got a new microphone. I can get.
Liam, you're weak in reefing.
It's been a few weeks since I've been back on.
Yeah.
I've had loads going on, to be honest. I thought I was
you've
having
aged
some
since
sort
last
of...
time you were on, haven't you?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that was your brother, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
I thought I was having some sort of bacterial issue again with the acros. Something's gone funny. I've got funny colours.
Rob, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, Rob,
shut the fuck up.
Now he's not fucking muted. That he's making a personal phone call.
He hit mute and unmuted himself.
Has he finished?
Oh,
Or
Amanda as well.
I think he's
what a cunt.
he's maybe just gone. I've no idea.
Is it Mention's kicking in? I've gone wandering off.
Oh, here he is.
Here he
You
is.
old bastard. What are you doing?
He's gone now. You've gone, Jason. You've scared Rob off.
You old bastard, what are you doing?
It's the first thing that came to mind. Sorry.
Oh, he's gone. Oh, he's gone.
Fuck you, Jason.
Dropping like flies. Liam.
Yeah, hello, everyone. It's been a couple of weeks since I've been on.
Happy New Year, Liam.
Happy New Year. Yeah, so I've had a lot going on in the tank. I've had bacterial, what I thought it was. I've had funny colours. Some of the corals you sent me, Ron, I managed to turn a bright red and gold table blue and gold.
What?
It looks really nice, but it should be red, not blue.
Yeah.
So
Maybe
I
it
then
just
found a load
identifies as
of...
that.
You what, mate?
Maybe it just identifies as that, you know.
It's
all this
2025, you never know.
Yeah. I want to be blue.
I found another acro that I've had for quite a while. It looked like it was stripping from the base up. I was like, oh, that don't look good. But during the day, it looks absolutely fine.
Was that just the
pulled it off.
zooxanthellae migrating to the tips?
No. Just strange. Just see skeleton from sort of a quarter of the way up.
Just the tips.
Just the tips.
I'm worried Liam maybe doesn't actually understand this joke.
Yeah.
I'm carrying on.
Yeah, on you go. On you go.
So during the day, it looks fluffy, absolutely fine. But yeah, so I took it off, dipped it, found some eggs, turned out to be flatworm eggs. So here we go again, acro eating flatworms. Then proceeded to take every single acropora off of the rockwork, dip every single one, rebase them all. Not a single flatworm or egg found anywhere. So I'm then sort of a bit puzzled of what the fuck's going on here, where these eggs come from, etc. I found a tile in my sump, pulled a tile out of my sump that's not near any corals, just in the refugium section. And it had these weird little small round bugs on it, which I've not come across or seen before. I then asked on a few groups, asked a few people that in the know. Nobody seemed to know what they were. People were telling me they were fish lice and all sorts. Posted it on the Polo Reef group on Facebook. It's the Andrew Sandler.
Angry Sandalman.
Angry Sandal, that's the one. Yeah.
Angry Sandalman.
And actually, someone got in touch with me.
Fucking Jim.
Oh, man. Someone got in touch with me, and she's actually studying copepods at university.
I thought you were going to say cocaine.
She's doing a full degree in small marine life and biology, and she gave me all of these sort of weird, wonderful
naked
words
pictures
and names, what they are. Turns out they're sand skaters. Mr. Mike B on the Discord group is very helpful in identifying the flatworms and stuff like that. Turns out the flatworms, although I do have flatworms in the tank, they're not a coral-eating flatworm. They eat copepods. That's what they live on. So I've rebased all the corals back onto the rockwork, which is kind of helpful. I managed to move a few bits about and put things where I wanted. I've added a 6-line RAS to help deal with the flatworm issue. Thankfully, he's found a nice little hole underneath the rockscape.
Not in Bruce's mouth.
Yeah, Bruce can't catch him, so he's fine.
Yeah.
And yeah, added a bit more flow to the tank. I think that might be part of the issue. It being such a big system, it needs quite a lot of water flow for the SPS, and everything seems to be turning a corner, thankfully.
That's an incredible amount of biodiversity you have in that tank. All of these weird bugs that nobody straight away knows what the fuck they are to begin with.
Well, that was the thing so I picked up this tile and I was dipping it when a friend was round, and he's like, "What on earth are they?" I was like, "Oh, I don't know. I've not seen them before."
It looked like limpets to me when you put video up.
It's the speed they moved that, though.
Exactly that. It was the speed.
I kept watching that video because I found it so weird. I was like, I can't stop watching it.
And they slow movers until they went in the dip, and then they just go scatty. And so their meanings of identifying what they were was because they're fast, they're not a coral eater, because coral eaters aren't fast or slow. And we couldn't work out what it was. But then people were saying, "Oh, they're sand skaters." I was like, "Well, I haven't got any sand."
No.
It's
same as a jellyfish, isn't really a fish.
Well, what we've come to work out is that they've come from my 5-foot tank that I broke down that had sand.
Okay.
When I've moved all the rock work over, all the biology's gone into the tank and just exploded. Which is good.
Yeah, I mean, if they're good guys, that's amazing.
Yeah. It just, wondered where on earth these bugs are coming from or what's going on.
So what were you dipping in when you took all your acros and stuff out? What were you using?
Potassium chloride.
Okay.
That's my go-to for flatworms and just, does the job very well.
So anything else?
But you also...
than all of the bugs?
Just put them all back in and they seem to be fine. The bit for me was when I dipped all the acros. When I've had flatworms and things before and pests, I've dipped them and then they've looked better afterwards. They didn't look any different at all.
Okay.
So that for me told it wasn't anything on the corals that was upsetting them.
Yeah, the dip didn't cause some sort of massive change. Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought, well, I might as well just glue them back on then, rather than die slowly on the bottom. I've got to redo all of my plumbing for my closed loop system. It's going to be fun.
Why? What's up?
Oh, she got me a new pump for Christmas, so add it in line.
So what did you get?
The D&D function pump.
Oh, I don't know that one. Oh, yes.
Here's
one I made earlier.
Oh, I recognise the transparent section now. Yep.
It's a Jabaya
Especially
pump.
a TMC pump. John.
It's not fucking TMC. No, it's Jabeo. 100% it's Jabeo because you plug it in, you get sparks.
Yeah.
Funny enough, Jabeo also make one that is identical, just a different colour.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have the controllability that pump does. And I went for that one because you can do wave modes, reef crest mode, that sort of thing, for a closed loop system. But that's what made me go after it.
Yeah.
So I'll have 2.
Sounds like somebody in your house is using a dental drill on somebody, Liam.
No, that's my 3D printer. I wondered if you could hear it or not.
Yeah.
Would you like me to pause it?
It sounds like a miniature police car.
I can just barely hear it. I don't think it's...
No, it's not a
I don't
problem.
think you have to pause it.
Yeah, keep it going. Don't
Fine.
stop it.
Oh, no, just leave it.
Now I know what it is. I'll stop looking around mine.
Little fun nozzles and things.
Ah, nice.
So my lad got a 3D printer. Well, he bought one. He tried starting a business and stuff, and he started printing a few bits and pieces. So
excellent.
designed a new nozzle for me. Returns and stuff. And yeah. Keeps him busy.
Brilliant.
Better than playing on his Xbox.
Well, the man of the hour, Dave, dare I ask how your tank is? Because we're all going to see it tomorrow.
It's fucked, mate. Fuck you, Ron. First one of the year. I'll get that in. No, all good. Have to clean the glass, and that's about it, really. What is what it is, right? So, yeah.
I'm excited.
I'm glad you are. I'm fucking can't wait to get abused for an hour. It's going to be amazing.
Oh,
have you got a filter?
It's an hour and a half.
Have I got a fit? Whoa, 1 second.
John's got his glasses on.
Where's Rob? Where did Rob go? Life.
I mean, the tank looks fucking great at the minute.
It's everybody got their glasses.
Yep, fantastic.
Oh, Liam's getting what?
Yep. Do I look normal now?
Yeah. Oh, just your glasses.
I wouldn't say you look normal, but you're not blue anymore.
This is a new.
This is Simon Cowell convention.
It's more of a pedo convention than.
Yeah. This might be a new fetish.
Yeah. New way to take calls.
Oh, Jim.
Jim.
Monocle.
Fucking hell.
I can't even look at him serious. Brilliant. Yeah, no, everything's good. The tank looks actually pretty damn good at the minute, so should be a good tour tomorrow, right? So
superb.
Hopefully.
Yeah, shame I'm a bit ill, but shit happens, and I'll get the little violin out, yeah?
Yeah. Mine's broken.
But no, apart from that, mate, all good. Christmas, New Year, good. Santa come and touch me, which was fantastic.
Again?
Again, yeah. Yearly occurrence.
Do you say that's what you want from Santa, though? I mean, is there...
Well, I asked for him to like wipe his sweaty sack over me, and that's what he does.
Wipe or drag? Because there's a difference.
Wipe. I prefer wipe,
Wipe. Okay, so maybe he's directly above you and he just kind of pulls it. Because dragging is more of a sort of he's moving whilst squatting.
That would he would
it's
still
more
be attached to the reindeers for that. So yeah, he leaves them outside. Noisy little fucks they are. But, no, all good.
Did they ruin the mood? The reindeer? Did they ruin the mood for you?
No, I quite like it. Something to grab hold of.
It's just when they put that cold nose up your bum, it puts you off, does that?
Yeah. No, apart from that, it's been fucking quiet, man. Very quiet. Quiet Christmas. Spent a bit of time on the tank because I thought I'd best make it look half acceptable. Yeah. Hasn't crashed yet. We've still got 24 hours.
You do have 24 hours. Yeah.
Steve, give me some advice,
plenty
brother.
of time.
23 hours and 18 minutes to be precise.
Exactly that.
It's funny, when I used to take my ex from behind, a dog used to stick his nose up my bum.
Jesus.
That were all right, but that's we had to stop him from doing it. But we also got banned from park as well.
Oh, fuck me. Yep.
Jim, your reef tank.
Am I up?
How's the reset going?
So it's in progress. Process. It's a big project. Like I didn't realize how big of a project it was going to be, and I'm glad I'm doing it a little bit at a time because, last weekend I yanked out 3, 4 foot, like 1 foot colonies, and
You
brought
cracked one off, did you?
Yeah.
How's your dosing and levels? Are you keeping an eye on it? I take it must be changing pretty drastically.
It's coming down. It's coming down a little bit, but I've still got a frag tank that's overflowed with corals too. So, it's just there's still giant corals in my tank. Like, I don't know if I'm going to pull some of it out or if I'm going to leave some of them, but a lot of the colonies I I thought I was going to replant with larger colonies, and I just said fuck it because I'm enjoying seeing the fish again. So I'm kind of like just replanting little, 2-inch frags that I break off of these giant colonies that I'm removing. So I probably got about 2/3 of the tank done. I've got 2 more giant purple stylo colonies to rip out that I already gave the LFS a colony that, was the size of a basketball. So I don't know what to do with these next 2. My frag tank's already full of purple stylo.
What are you using to get the corals out? Are you using like huge, big, like chisels and hammers, or
like
anything?
bone cutters?
but
yeah,
like pretending he's a
last night when we were chatting, I kind of was taking a look afterwards because I was like, okay, what's the next step? And the next step is I literally have to remove a giant purple stylo colony to start to get down below it, and it's probably got a 2-inch base. And I'm like, how the fuck am I going to get this thing out without destroying my rock work? And I don't know. That's the next step. Like, maybe get in there with a little fucking wire saw and try and fucking saw the bottom off or something because, I don't know what to do next. But I know that that's the next step is I got to get that one colony out. And then once I get below that, I can start, chiseling away at some other stuff. So everything's going good. I mean, the dosing's gone down a little. I cleaned my other dosing containers for my health and calcium, and the fish are great. Like I've been able to see the fish a lot more. They're out. They're not going bonkers. The chromis look beautiful. The rest of the fish are doing great, and
no issue.
Nobody's fighting.
Change of habitat.
No. I mean, the long-nosed hawkfish is kind of having a hard time because that thing, I don't know if it's having a hard time. I'm just noticing it doesn't really have places, places to go because those things live in the little coral crevices. And now that there's not as many big colonies, it's kind of out in the open, sitting on like a Monte cap or something, which is a little different, but it's still cool. I found an anemone that I thought was dead yesterday. I'm like, holy shit, there's the anemone.
So did it look different because it was sitting somewhere with not a lot of light?
It's a little lighter colored, but the clownfish had it, and I think I broke a giant piece of green Monty. So it was
like having a clownfish that hosting it. Then?
Fuck you.
Clownfish was hosting it. Yeah. Do you know how Monty, when it grows, it almost grows subterranean layers? Like you don't realize it, or you break the layer off. You're like, holy shit. There's like a whole nother level of this thing. And it was there. It was like below the growing Monty cap and a layer that had been overgrown. And I'm like, holy shit, it's still alive. The clownfish will be happy. But I still got work to do. I'm happy with it. Yesterday was the first time after we talked that I was walking back upstairs. I stopped in front of the tank and was just like, this is pretty cool. And I enjoyed it. So
good to it.
Good. Oh, well.
I'm excited to see your tank actually grow because I've only ever known you as having a fucking rammed fully mature tank. And you were almost verging on getting a bit down about the fact of, well, I know I'm going to have to do something at some point, but it's just ticking along. I'm just going to leave it. So this is quite exciting to see the landscape change slightly.
Yeah, and I'm not a bonsai coral guy, so I'm not cutting the coral all the time and trying to, scape the coral. I put the coral in, and however it wants to grow, it grows. With flow pushes. Flow dictates the SPS too. It grows almost away from flow or towards light, or wherever the zooxanthellae takes it. And and so it's kind of cool. Like I'll just let it go, and I know they're going to be. I might be a little more aggressive with some of the Monte cap that I can't get out. And attack that and not let that take over. But other than that, the SPS is just going to go. I got the giant trumpet coral. I don't know what to do with. It's like this big, and I've already got like 20 frags in my tank of 4 or 5 head polyp heads, and I don't. And then I got this giant colony. I don't know where I'm going to put it, so I'm kind of stuck with that because it's not really a softie or not. sorry, Zach, it's not really an LPS tank. So I'll figure that out.
Do you think
It's good? It's fun.
Do you
Are you
think
putting any more pieces in it, Jim?
Well, yeah.
What's
Are you
that?
going to put anything new in? Was
Yeah.
my question.
I don't really like going to coral shows and getting new pieces. Everything that's in my tank is comfortable and grows, and I hate new LP or SPS frags. That are a half-inch tall little fucking stick, and it takes fucking 7 months for it to even start to grow. And then because everything else in my tank is so happy in the tank, it's already grown like fucking 4 inches. So it's overtaking this little 1-inch frag, and it's kind of pointless to me to add new sticks because, unless I get lucky and get a couple that want to really grow well in my tank right off the bat, it's too much of a. They just get overgrown. Every little piece I put in my tank gets overgrown because everything else is so stable and comfortable and growing. Does that make sense? Does that happen to anybody else? Like,
No, you're fucking weird.
Yay.
it's like LPS tanks are different. What's that?
Could you not swap some of the stuff you're getting rid of and with the shop and do a deal and say, I'll give you this trumpet for a small colony of this?
I don't have small
Small
colonies.
colony of trombones.
Yeah, like I there's a local fish store here that I get all my stuff from, and he's not really an SPS guy.
Right.
He's more of an LPS and a softy guy. So like I give him colonies. Like I gave him a bird's nest colony that was the size of a basketball. He's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. It's probably gonna die. I'm like, well, I have nowhere for it. I've got 30 frags at home, so just take it and see what happens. And then the other local fish store, they're kind of
moldy fuck
scared.
bunker.
No, this place isn't a moldy fuck bunker, but it's like a shyster fuck bunker. So
Is that the
it's like
koi?
I don't like them.
Is that the one with all the koi you took me to?
No, that guy. I should probably go back to that guy. I've never given him corals. I've never even talked to them about trading stuff. I should probably try them. This is another place that is just it's Shysterville. It's I don't know. I've gotten to know you guys over in Great Britain a little bit, and you kind of getting your get-togethers and stuff. But here, this guy is the one who kind of gets in all the message boards, gets on the Facebook groups, and it's just an advertisement for him everywhere you go. And kind of you have a Facebook group or something, and it's driven by the stores. Is kind of I don't really like that, So
is that the definition of a shyster? What word are you saying?
Shyster.
Shyster.
Yeah, like a cheap shoot, like pull the wool over you, kind of scammer.
Ah, okay. What would we call them here? A geezer?
Fuck you guys.
Geezer's one of them wet water shoots out in it.
What the fuck is Drippy calling me a geezer for? A geezer here is like an old weird man. Drippy's like, is that the geezer?
He calls everybody a geezer.
Is that the geezer?
In Drippy's defense, is a southerner, and that's what they is. That's a nice. It's same as saying. It's a nice way of saying.
Yeah. He calls everybody a geezer.
Here, geezer is like a weird old man who everybody stays away from.
Drippy gives everyone an instant nickname, though. It's just how he works. Like the other day, he phoned me and went, "Oh, big nuts." I was like, "Cool."
Yeah.
I like that you all called us on that Jolly Boys outing.
Yeah.
It made me feel a bit special.
Well, it was all in order of pettiness.
Yes.
So Rob was number one. Just to be clear, I took the second spot.
Glad I wasn't there.
So you guys have all been jumping around the screen like fucking mad today. So where am I? Steve, you are.
Hello.
So, do you want to tell the story?
Well, I've got a little game.
Oh, excellent.
Guess what I've killed?
Starfish.
Copper band.
And I got another one.
Oh fuck!
Oh,
okay, so
no.
there's
Yeah.
one.
No, that's
Okay.
Aptasia.
And another one.
Oh,
Well, you've got some of them fancy white corals that Jay always had.
So
And another one.
is this
Oh.
the no pox situation?
Yeah, this was the Jason situation.
How did I miss that you were having a no pox situation? Also,
Well, Steve didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't know either.
Oh, okay.
So what
Well, I
happened,
didn't
Steve?
know for days either.
I
So
got,
I mean,
I got a message from Steve, and in fact, I'm just going to read it out. See if I can find it here.
So I actually came on the end of the year Reefers Network live stream.
And we won.
And, oh,
Don't
we did.
mention that.
Yeah, Leon and myself
Yeah,
won,
LCP
which
won.
was good. I walked into my office and I looked over and I was like, what the fuck has happened to my tank? It was like I dosed it with coral snow, but I hadn't. You just couldn't see anything in it. And like the whole live stream, I'm sat there and I've got my Apex running on one screen and I've got StreamYard on the other. And I could just see my ORP going lower and lower and lower, and I could see my pH dropping, and and like my Naoko RAS is laid on its side, bent like a banana, panting like it's run a marathon. Yeah.
So you continue to do the stream. That's pretty fucking dedication, Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
100%.
melting inside.
I apologise, Steve, because I feel a complete nut now because I keep going, you can join in. I didn't realise he was batting me.
Yeah.
No, I was just watching my tank slowly die.
So how much no pox went in?
Oh,
I don't know.
So, out.
I
I
mean,
asked you if you'd dose snowpox, and you said you want. So what
Well,
happened?
did you have a?
so the whole joke here is the fact
I didn't know till the bottle was empty, so I'm like,
Same with me.
The bottle's
first
empty.
thing we said was, "Do you dose snowpox?" And he said, "I used to, but I have recently stopped." And we all went, "Oh, not snowpox then." What he failed to tell us was that yes, he stopped dosing it, but left the tube in, and the whole lot went in.
So I had a reef dose for. We got the head somewhere. The actual
D&D one.
the head cracked.
Red Sea.
Yeah, the Red Sea one, and it stopped dosing my pH plus. So I thought, what?
a Red Sea crack.
Imagine that.
I don't need the no-pox, so I'll disconnect my no-pox and I'll move that head over and connect my pH plus to it. Be fine. So I just left the pipes just hanging down. But what I'd also forgotten is that I moved my bottle of no-pox from the bottom of my sump onto the shelf because I needed to get to something. And I'd forgotten about that. So when the pipe dropped down, it was suddenly lower than the bottom of the bottle and it just emptied the bottle in.
No one likes a flaccid pipe,
no.
apparently.
No.
No.
I'm truly gutted for you, buddy. I've done similar things myself, so. Ooh, really?
Dog don't like a flaccid pipe either.
So I luckily I've got the little Fluval Evo next to me, and I grabbed the Naoko RAS after the live stream and dropped it in the little tank. I was almost certain it was going to die, and it didn't. 24 hours later, it was perfectly fine. Then I look in my tank, and my two clownfish are also laying on their side on the bottom of the tank, panting. So I caught them, put them in the tank, and touch wood, all of them are now back in that tank, and they're completely fine. I lost most of my SPS, if not all of it, a blue sponge, some snails, and 2 cleaner shrimp.
Fucking hell.
Could have been
got me
way
worse.
Well, was the bottle full?
No, it
No.
weren't full, would it say?
No, it was the smaller bottle.
So the message reads, "Fuck, I'm a knob."
Yeah, well,
What got me at end of the stream?
I understand that thought process because this last time when this happened to me, I'm like, "Fuck it, you're a dumbass. What is wrong with you?" Yeah.
What got me, and I felt awful when you did it, Steve, is you went, seriously, lads, what the fuck am I going to do?
I think this last time about that much went into my tank.
What, the top bit or the rest of it?
The bottom bit.
Yeah, that's about the same for mine. So it was this size container, and it was mostly gone. There was about a third left in it. Yeah.
This is why I tell everyone not to use no box.
Yep. Obviously, I
thanks for
replied
giving me
instantly.
3 litres,
I replied instantly with a very supportive message. I shan't read that.
Steve, why haven't you on your Apex got some redundancy set up to drop a pH and ORP quickly?
What would I do?
If you can set it if you had redundant. Well, actually no, because it was not connected to a dose or something.
No,
it was just
siphoning out the bottle.
Yeah.
If you had more Apex dose, you could have had something set up to sort it out.
So that was
have you got
another
your quiet
thing
drive running yet?
I've got my quiet drive. It's in the only bit of space I've got left.
Superb.
I've also got my UV in and up and running now.
Yes.
All mounted in the bottom, nice and neatly. And yeah,
Which one did you go for, Steve?
What, the UV?
Yeah, the TNT.
No, I bought a knockoff one from AliExpress when I ordered my Salinity Pro. It was like 40 quid for a 36 watt UV, and I thought, you know what, for that price, I'll give it a crack, see what happens.
Did it crack?
It didn't crack. It worked. I don't know how long it's going to work for, but
I'll find it. I'm going to send you a link, Steve. I'll find it in a bit. And it's for the connectors that go on your dose, so you can put RO tubing straight in rather than using their dosing line.
I've got some. I'll send you some if you want, Steve.
Thank you. Is that Gills? I couldn't. Yeah. Cheers for that.
Generosity, good lads.
And talking about generosity, when I was absolutely gutted when I opened my QD. I went to AAC and I wanted to get the normal DOS. They'd sold out because they had it on a ridiculously cheap deal. And then I thought, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to buy the QD. Bought the QD, got home, opened the box. I'm like, it only comes with a 1-link cable. Did a bit of Googling. It's like, yeah, you need a whole load of other equipment to make it work. And I was close to just saying, fuck it, I'll take the thing back then. And then, Ron said, don't worry, I've got them. I'll send them to you. Lee also messaged me and was offering some, the Aquabus and the power supply as well. So yeah, thank you very much for that, Ron. And thanks for the little the little keyring as well.
Can you say it out loud in your accent? Your best
in my accent?
In your best Scottish accent.
Yeah, wee jobby.
Speaking of Scotch accents and such, I've got a reefing related joke to do with the Scotch.
Would
you like to hear it? Right.
Deep
There's
breath.
an Englishman, Irishman, and a Scotchman in a pub, and they're just about set up to play music. They're doing a turn. Well, this octopus walks in, says, "Can I join in and jam with you?" And they all look at this octopus and go, "Fuck off, you can't play. Trust me, I can play anything. Anything you want." It's all right then. Passes him guitar, and he's giving it big licks on guitar. And these guys are like, "Fuck me, this guy's better than Jimi Hendrix." So he goes to Irishman and he says, "Right, piano." So he gets on piano and he's better than fucking that blind one who can't sing. Stevie Wonder. Better than Stevie Wonder, Elton John, anyone. And like, fucking amazing. So it comes to the Scotch guy. He passes him a pair of bagpipes to go play them. Anyway, 20 minutes, this fucking octopus is like this. Fucking hell. He says, see, you can't play them. He says, play them. I'm going to fuck it once I get the knickers off.
Well done, Lee. That was absolutely brilliant. Oh, sorry, Steve. So, is that all you've got to report, or have you get any good news?
I've got a tamarin wrasse when I was at AAC.
What time?
A yellowtail.
Cool.
Beautiful.
I put that. I thought, you know what? I'm going to do this properly. I'm going to put it into like a quarantine observation tank. Because if I'd put it in that one, it probably would have been dead. So I put it in the other one, and I've been watching it. It's eating frozen food. It's doing really great. So I've got that as well.
Superb. Beautiful.
And what else? And
Give
I
it
bought
plenty of
another
props.
Gonny as well, which, again, touch wood, is still alive at this moment in time.
I should maybe take notes on what people say they've bought on Salty Banter, and then like every 2 or 3 weeks, just still alive.
Dick.
So I think I've got
Uh,
a Ceratopora caliendrum and
Nice.
a frag from Norfolk Reefer from Matt. I don't know what it is. That's an SPS. That's still alive. And I've got a strawberry shortcake that's still alive.
Oh,
All
fair.
of my other SPS is dead.
What is the frag then, Matt? Since you'll know because you sent him it.
It came from Harron's Reef. He killed the Hawkins Inchinata. He killed that. I could show you. You could probably tell me because it came from Chris.
I have no fucking idea, mate.
I could swing the camera around and you'd probably be able to tell me because I've got
that
no
was
idea.
the enchilada, wasn't it?
Yes.
Enchilada, did you just call it? Has the zooxanthellae maybe migrated into the frag plug, Steve? Maybe it's just.
I think the zooxanthellae's migrated to another fucking country.
I'm lost with this.
I want to give you a round of applause for that joke earlier. That was absolutely. During a tank tour a little while ago, Liam, a member of ReefyAF, who will know who I'm talking about, one of the corals was completely dead until about an inch from the tip. And he said, and I quote, "Oh, is that not the zooxanthellae just migrating to the tips where it's getting more light?"
Julian want it.
Spoiler alert.
Fucking delicate as ever.
Who was it? Somebody said, no, that's it fucking dying.
It's fucked.
Was that right?
The Gonny was funny because it was just like, yeah, that's dead.
Yeah, it's a fucking dead blob.
I always think of him like this, but with cup lacks, he's got a really small cup, hasn't he?
We all have to learn. We all have to learn somewhere. We all do. Mr. Budnick, I cannot believe you're in front of that stunning tank. That looks amazing.
Thanks, man.
Absolutely amazing.
Starting to grow out really nice.
We normally just get to watch your butt crack while you work, but this is what a treat.
Yeah, I was just.
I always wonder what he looked like.
I kind of like the butt crack. Thank you.
The amount of times I've seen Zach on here, and I've never once seen his face.
Yeah.
Just at the back of his shirt and his fucking belly.
Yeah. Well, Brandon's not in here to do any work anymore, so I have to do everything.
He's every bit as hot as I said he was, isn't he, Lee?
Yeah, that's stunning. Absolutely stunning.
How is your store this week, Mr. Budnick, with Christmas and things? Has it been a quiet time or a busy time?
It's actually been kind of quiet. We have one customer that came in twice. He, pardon my French, blew his whole load each time he came, and it was enough for like a full week of customers every time he came.
Fantastic.
Sweet. Yeah, it was a good
Brilliant.
feeling.
That's what you want.
Yep. I ordered some new lights the other day on the 29th for my last write-offs of the year. I got 8 of the Reef Uno 2.1 lights that Daniel Liu makes. I'm pretty excited to swap out some black boxes. I'm going to put 4 over my acro and then 4 over my torch thing.
Did you just say 2.1?
Yeah, they have just changed the lens.
Okay.
The 90-degree lens, and then he's got a new power brick. He didn't really change much, just enough to add a 0.1.
I didn't know, because I've only ever heard them called Refi Unos 2s. I've never heard the 0.1.
I didn't know they had come out with the 2.1s either.
No.
Me either until I bought them.
Do you have Unos anywhere else?
No, this would be my first attempt.
And when did they arrive?
So I messaged him yesterday, and he says they just hit the United States, and they're still in a big packing container. So he gets to pick them up next week. I think his family makes them cross seas. He lives over here, works it out somehow. Wholesale sucks on those. I think you make $40 a light if you were to sell one. So I didn't get much of a discount. Yeah.
That's probably the worst margin I've ever heard. I mean, the margin's pretty shit in this hobby, especially on salt. It's almost non-existent.
Glad I got a discount, but they're like they go for $4.90 a piece, and I think I paid $4.20. A little more than 40. But not too much else though. I was having that urinoma issue last time we were on. I ended up pulling the remaining. So it seems like one of the quarantine tanks was more effective than the other, which is a blessing. But I have two to split up fish orders. I pulled the remaining handful of fish out, and I've got them in containers to do tank to tank transfer with formalin baths in between. And those guys are chugging along pretty darn good. Everyone's done on the 11th. I ended up bleaching out the one quarantine tank and emptying it so I could get prepared for the next round. And I have just learned when you bleach a tank and you add dechlorinator, it makes an acid in the water. And I had no idea because this is new that I had a pH probe on the quarantine tanks. I got a hydros launch to help me match pH to incoming fish. So the tank water now. But over the holiday, it was just going down, 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 and the pH was like 6. I was like, man, this probe's got to be fucking broken. And I decided to do an alkalinity test, which I never do on my fish tanks for some reason. But the thing was 1.5 alkalinity.
Whoa!
Yeah, like the Hannah solution, it was like this bright yellow, and it instantly was like, what in the fuck? I've never seen this color on my Hannah tester before.
Wow.
There's no fish in it or anything, but without the pH probe, I would have probably just added my next order into 1.5 alkalinity, something like that.
I think it was Ben on Reef Beef was talking about that dechlorinator from bleaching stuff like that, and I think they talked about this reaction.
I hadn't a clue. I had no idea.
Yeah, I've got something in the back of my head. That's why I don't touch bleach. I know you use it quite a lot, but I just
it was during the bleaching process. The pH was normal. Everything was fine. The tank looked really nice and clean. Bleach.
I'll bet it did.
Yeah. So there's a little Molly in it right now doing this thing. It's been good for a few days. And I signed up for that. I saw on Reef Builder's top 10 list of 2024. They have those new ick and marine velvet DNA tests. They take like 30 minutes or something. I signed up for that. I'm hoping I can get on the beta testing for that. Just do a couple tests before they hit the sales floor. Yeah.
What's the plan for the use of that test? Is that, I mean, do you take a bucket to your LFS? You say, stick that fish in that bucket for me and I'll come back in 30 minutes. Nah, don't want it. It's riddled with fucking ick. I mean, what's the thought process behind it?
I think everyone's ideally you'd quarantine in a perfect world, even if it came from a quarantine place, you'd have them in an observation tank. Then you could just do a quick test after a few days to just ease your mind.
Test them after quarantine, see if it's gone.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows if they work or if they're 100% accurate, what kind of accuracy they have. And it seems a little suspicious. What if you only had a tiny little bit of ick?
One ick.
One ick. Is your tank going to be able to tell you have one? Little trophy it swimming around in there.
I wonder if it will catch the different species. So I've definitely had multiple species of ick in my time in the hobby. I've had really aggressive ones. I've had ones that have lived in the tank and done no harm to any fish for years. I've had ones that have come and gone in a space of 2 weeks, no treatment, gone, never to be seen again.
It looks like a pregnancy test.
Could have been an
results.
Test.
It's got like two little lines that show up.
Yeah,
Very quiet.
Yeah, you can hear you, Rob. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so I'd imagine that will be an antigen test, so it will test the response that the fish has had to ick or velvet. So it's not actually looking at the velvet itself.
Ah, okay.
You turn your mic up a bit, Rob.
No.
Speak a bit louder.
I can get nearer.
I don't think your mic's even working. I think it's your headphones.
Probably not. But
Yeah.
fuck it,
Oh
you
no,
can
it is.
do
It's
that.
definitely working. That sounded like a fucking earthquake. Oh,
Yeah, you prick.
it's like Donkey Kong with the fucking bongos.
Just had to rush through the fucking forest on a dog emergency, but I'm all right now.
Oh, is Binks
Oh
okay?
no.
Yeah, I did message you, Ron, but I was like, so I fucked off. Anyway, it's all right.
Did you message me?
Yeah, WhatsApp you.
Oh,
We thought it was Jason that made you fuck off.
Yeah.
well, he did say
Was it
something.
perfect timing, was it? Was it?
It was.
You old bastard.
I, I just called you an old bastard. That's all.
What are you doing, you old bastard?
Oh, good.
Is he okay?
Yeah, it's just, well, I think
Got off leash?
he's wrapped, he's hyperextended his back leg. He got it caught in the root of a tree, trying to run after the ball. So he's just screamed in pain and he refused to walk. So I've had to go and get him in the forest and carry him back to the car. But hopefully he'll be all right.
Hope he's all right. Hope it's not cruciate.
Yeah. He better hope it's not more than 30 quid at the vets, otherwise he'll get put down.
Yeah, ours was $5,000.
No.
Yes,
$5 grand.
$5,000.
Fuck those Stratons.
Jeez.
Dudley actually loves them.
Yeah. Yeah, but getting back to those dip tests, I think they'd be great. I'd be delighted to get hold of some of those.
It's
I
cool.
mean, it's a great way to check the quarantine process at the end. If you don't want to do it,
definitely.
put it in an obs tank,
Yeah.
see what you're dealing with. Yeah, good.
Oh, it opens the door to more pest and disease and other things to
Yeah.
check for.
Yeah, I mean, things like urinema would be good to test for. And more
Yeah.
cryptic stuff would be good.
Yeah.
But yeah, if they go down that route. I don't know, you got any idea how much they are? Are they expensive? Or?
No idea on price, but the beta testing is just like if you're accepted, they're going to email you. And it's $20 to do the beta testing, which is some pocket change. That's really easy to test out.
Yeah,
Even if they don't work.
they're quite cheap, those antigen tests, once they've got the tech nailed. They're normally pretty cheap. Yeah, it'd be
Yeah,
good.
that's pretty cool.
Okay.
Top,
Long as
top
Paint Bay
2024.
don't do them in Europe, that'd be good.
Anything else to report, Mr. Budnick?
I did get all my chemicals, trying to copy Rob, and I mixed up my first batch of the A yesterday. I got a weird tint that's not like Rob's, so I'm a little suspicious now. And he suggested I let it sit in a dark space for a while, for 3 to 4 weeks, and just monitor the solution and see if it precipitates or any
Yeah, I would.
fogginess or bacteria.
So is it mixed up slightly yellow, is it?
Yeah, and it wasn't until I can't remember what I added. It was like the second last ingredient I added, and then all of a sudden it was light, getting darker, 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 and then stopped. I didn't know if there's like some oxidization or something, or if it was just a chemical. Maybe it was the iodide. And then there were some small little black bits at the bottom of my mixing container that didn't fall in as a whole black bit, but kind of accumulated and got into a larger black bits.
Really?
Well, I think maybe one of the metals, or no, I guess there's not really a metal in that one. I'm not really sure what it is. I'm just going to keep looking into it.
Could it be an
still there?
impurity?
Yeah, that's what I think. I mean, I got everything off eBay from random chemical suppliers. The one guy, I got 25 grams or something, and I weighed it out, and it was fucking 9 grams in the little bag. So he shorted me
What a dick.
11 grams or something.
What's his username? Say it live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
Shame and shame.
Out him.
He probably weighed the bag with the
I was going to say,
bag.
it's with the bag.
Yeah.
And his
Got
thumb on
as
the
bag
tail
as
as
you
well.
get. Yes.
Say his name and I'll go around to his house and shout gherkin through his letterbox just for you.
Thanks, man. But that's it. That's my reason.
No visit from Homeland Security yet after ordering all those chemicals?
No, we don't get in trouble for that. They're trying to get me to buy more.
Okay, Jason, is your tank's on the up? You've stopped dosing random amounts of shit without even realizing it?
Yeah. There'll be no dosing of anything at this time.
Pox.
The no pox. Well, the bottle's empty, so can't put any more in. Steve and I have that figured out now. Just empty the bottle, and then you don't have to worry about it. So, I didn't lose anything off of my deal, though.
Big smug there, wasn't he?
The only thing that happens when this is the second time that's happened, and the only thing that happens is the Blenny breathes hard for like a day, and then he's fine.
Okay.
So I don't know.
How's the Duncan?
The Duncan is actually looking much better. It's coming back. Everything else looks pretty good. The Zoas I had lost like probably, I don't know. They died back and now they're coming back again. So, I mean, I wasn't really mad that they had died back because there's too damn many. But it looks like they're going to come back. The Acro and the Monicap that I put in the other week seem to be doing okay. I did lose that fucking 6-line wrasse though.
And
I don't know what the deal is with it. He was fine, and then I couldn't find him, and I found him dead with no stomach. Like his abdomen was just, and he was in the sump. There's nothing in there. I don't know.
Something
very odd.
Something burst
like
out.
alien.
Yeah, it's like alien or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm done buying fish at my normal LFS though, because this is the second fish that I've lost in the last couple of months that have just been no apparent reason. I'm just going to order fish or something. I don't know.
I changed my fish buying entirely.
Yeah,
I can't. It can't all just be me.
Well, and that's it. Like, I mean, I'm a fuck up and I fuck shit up with the tank all the time, but I'm tired of spending money on fish and then them just not lasting more than a few days. All the other fish are fine.
Yeah.
The Bengai, when I had it got beat up and was killed. So, okay, I'll give you that. But the wrasse that I had bought first, I don't remember what it was. And then the 6-line, I think there was something wrong with them. The guy that I get my fish from, he just gets shipments in and puts them in the tank, and you don't know. You don't know.
In and out.
Yeah, I mean that's just the nature of the way his shop works. Like he doesn't really have a lot of options. It's a very small place. So I'm just gonna have to do something different.
I actually made a point of going into one of the shops I used to buy my fish from in Glasgow, and I said, when do you normally get your deliveries? And it was a Friday morning or something like that. And so I went in Friday lunchtime and all the bags were floating in the tanks and all the rest of it. And I was just pretending to shop and look intently at some tanks and I was just watching the practices of the staff. Fuck me.
Well, and some of the young people that he has working there, I don't know if they don't know what the fuck they're doing. So it is what it is. I mean, there's other fish stores around here. It's just a longer drive because, I mean, I don't have a problem ordering stuff, but right now, with the weather being what it is, ordering is not fantastic because it's freaking cold. So maybe just have to drive an hour and a half to get to some different stores, get closer to the city.
If it's worth it. Yeah.
What about like a 10-hour drive?
It's more than a 10-hour drive, my friend. I already looked into that. It's way more than 10 hours, about 17 to get to you.
Oh, shit. Never mind.
Yeah, but for you, Jason, that's 6.
Well,
just waiting for Jim to do the sound effects. Hold on. There we go.
Yeah, it's about 17 to get up there.
You fucking asshole.
But yeah, other than that, tank's doing better. Seems to be. So
good.
Just keeping up with water changes and, just trying to keep that going, normal stuff.
If I was religious, Jason, I'd be fucking praying for you with that fucking tank.
It's going to be fine. It's just, just one of those deals. Like it's taking for fucking ever.
Finding
to
its
get-
stride.
Yeah.
You know,
I
that's
guess
crazy because the local fish store that I don't like to go to is the same thing. They get shipments of fish in. Within 2 days, those fish are 90% gone.
Yeah.
95% of the fish I've gotten from them have died. I don't know how they sell fish over and over. I don't know why people go back. I don't get it.
I totally agree. It's what the fuck is that actually gives you a bit of an insight into the fucked up mentality of this hobby in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I mean,
just fish.
I mean, yeah, a lot of people have that it's just a fish mentality. It's just a fish. And you know, there's if you bought one, there's another one.
Yep.
I used to
And
go to one called Cockfields, and you'd see them get delivered, put them in tank, and you'd walk around tanks, and every tank would have dead fish in, and you'd see people going, "Oh, can I have that there?" Well, there's a big dead one there. It's like, don't get that because that's got what that's got, and there's people just fucking buy them anyway.
yeah.
Yeah, it makes me feel like I'm doing something wrong. Like people can't be jumping through hoops to get to the store the day they get fish in. If they die on them every day, what are they doing different? You know, I don't get it. I know they can't be doing anything.
Well, and I don't think that the store, I mean, he's got running tanks that have fish in them that look good because everything in his store is tied together. It's all one system.
Yeah, but he's got all the fish that don't sell and stay alive.
Well, that's it. So, and that 6 line that I bought he was just a little fella. Like he was tiny. That's why he was in the sump because I knew I couldn't put him in the main tank with that fucking clownfish because that clownfish is a cock.
Did he get sucked into the skimmer or anything, did he?
I don't think so, but I can't say one way or another.
I had a yellow chorus wrasse that did that once. I put it in there because it was pecking at coral. And I came in one morning and the skimmer was making a really weird noise and it was kind of bent in half on the skimmer intake.
I mean, I would
still be attached.
I would have thought he would have still been there, and he was actually like kind of underneath he was kind of underneath the heater, like on the underneath. I don't know. Like, I didn't think when I put him in there that he would be able to go from section to section because I thought he was just a little bit too big for that, but he could go from section to section. So I don't really know. I mean, I was fucking with the skimmer, but I would have thought he would have been stuck to the skimmer if, he would have been
why
stuck to
would
the
he have
intake.
become unstuck if the skimmer doesn't go?
Right.
Is this during the no-pox OD?
That is a question that I can't answer because I can't remember when I put him in there. And it had to be. Well, no. Because I saw him. Like after, for a day or two after that, I saw him. He was fine. He seemed to be fine. So
just pissed out his face.
Yeah.
Do they suffer with internal worms? Like, has it eaten itself?
Well, maybe. I don't know. Like I said, there was no guts left in him when I got him. I don't even know. I don't know if he had been there for an hour or 12 hours either. I have no idea.
Wholesalers are so nasty with their fish, all the fish that come in.
Yeah.
Fuck the LFS and fuck the wholesalers that bring the fish.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like to have it's just a fish mentality, but when you buy a new fish and put it in, it's like, well, at this point in time, you don't know if it's going to make it or not.
It is obviously different than a dog.
Yeah, well, I mean, and the fish that I've had for quite some time that's one thing, when I get a new fish though, it's like, well, we'll see. Because
I don't enjoy buying fish anymore for this very reason. I had such bad luck for so many years in this hobby with fish. I used to crave a new fish, see a beautiful fish in the shop, and get this sick to my stomach feeling of, how long is that going to last?
Yeah.
And until I changed where I spent my money, and then everything changed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually thought about, after watching my fish again, I actually thought about, instead of building like another tank, and Jason, you always joke, I've got all this space for another tank. I actually thought about building like what Zach talks about as a tank transfer method table. with a pan that I could put buckets in, and get some new fish in and actually quarantine them and spend some time with them and Crazy and Metroplex and make sure they're all good. As part of the hobby, like to get some healthy fish, because that's the thing. Like, yeah, a fish is a fish, and it sucks when you lose a new one. It's like, but to lose all the ones you already have is what would be devastating.
Yeah.
You'd much rather lose it in quarantine than actually have something sort of.
Yeah,
Funny enough,
break out
Rob
in your
does a
tank.
really good video on the tank transfer system on his YouTube channel.
Yeah, I've seen it. Rob does everything really good.
Yeah.
He's our doctor. He's our in-house doctor.
Rob,
Ask his wife.
That.
That's fucking spooky, Rob, by the way. So spooky.
Freaky.
Pair of fucking children. Okay. Everyone's moved again. Matt, how's your Christmas, New Year, and reefing going?
Christmas
Nice job.
Christmas and New Year was busy. And then the day after Boxing Day, me and Steve met at AAC. We did a little visit to AAC, traded a few corals. All of mine are still alive.
Is it true what they say about
Ooh, sick burn.
Big. Ow.
Is it true what they say about Steve though? Does he just not give a reach around?
Well, I've got a semi one. So yeah, we traded some corals.
It's a tickle.
Just a tickle.
Glance on the left nuts.
So we traded some corals. I bought a blue tip green torch as well while I was there. I also bought a Deltec UV, and that's now plumbed in. I went for the 48 because I can't get the 90 in, and negotiations of getting a 90 on the wall was basically a no because it's in my lap. So I had to settle for the 48. I bought the Red Sea doser as well, but now I'm scared to even use it because after last night, I was literally sitting there going, fuck, I might have to take this back.
what are you using it on though?
I'll just be using it for 2-part. I'm not going to be using thicker pipe after listening to last night. I'm literally using standard
or a 10
pipe.
litre container.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm not dosing it. I'm not going to be dosing no pox from it either.
That'd be for the best.
That'll be hand dosed if I ever dose it. So I bought that, and I bought the Red Sea 40 Wave 45 as well because it needed some more flow in the tank.
Do you have a Apex, Matty?
Not yet. That's my next.
Yet. Love it.
Cool.
When you get one, give us a shout and I'll help you with some redundancy with your doser.
Okay. Is that the doser you've got then, I take it?
I use a Red Sea, mate. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's just
Nothing's dead
I'm
yet.
a bit panicky about, like, now I've got the Red Sea. I'm plumbing it in as we sort of speak. And I'm like, fucking hell, should I just take it back and trade it for something else?
Honestly, it's been a sound doser.
Right.
Been very good. The issue is what come about last night's show was like pH plus. So with that, you needed the Rob, what's the tubing called? Forgot.
Oh, the Santoprene stuff.
Yeah, like the chem grade, which doesn't go through. Yeah, so
Can you not just dilute your pH plus with?
You could do it and still go through, mate.
It still melts stuff.
Still melts.
Jay did. He said he diluted it 50-50, didn't he? And it still still nuked his tank.
I used to dilute mine and it melted the optical sensor in the DDRs.
What? What are you talking about?
I don't know.
We've got a dosing solution over here that's called pH plus, and it's basically potassium hydroxide and sodium hydroxide.
Oh.
Nasty shit.
Yeah, it basically he changed the thicker tubing so it didn't burn through the pipe. And what happened was, which should never really happen, but this is electrics, right? So it should fail in an off position. It didn't. It failed in an on full check position. Nuked the tank. Sad times, man. Sad times.
Who's that? That seems like a shit additive to me.
Oh, it is, yeah.
That's not a good design. If you can dose something in a factory-made dosing unit which melts the peristaltic tubing, I just don't make.
It doesn't sound good.
I'm fucking glad I don't use it.
Apparently, it doesn't melt the tubing in the D&D peristaltic one.
No,
It doesn't in the Apex
thin.
either.
No.
Okay.
But why would you want to dose it? If just to get a bit of pH going, I'm not convinced. But hey,
pH is key.
Yeah, but my pH rocks, mate, and I don't dose anything apart from piss and iron brew.
Yeah, but not everyone's as lucky as you,
pH
David.
was at 10, wasn't it, when it was dead?
Yeah.
Who is this? Who this happened to?
He's one of the moderators on a forum we have over here. And he had a stunning SPS dominant tank. It was a gorgeous tank. And it's now just dead, basically.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yes, I won't be using pH plus. Not unless I will try and do it other ways. So yeah, I've got the Red Sea doser and the Wave Maker, and I've got the UV. So I bought a fair bit of equipment. I've also tidied up all the wiring in the cabinet, put everything off the floor, getting ready for. I'm not going to say it, but it's my turn soon. So I'm trying to tidy it up so it looks a little bit better.
So we're on the 4th.
It's going to be February, yeah. It'll be about February time.
It's fine by me.
Do it on a Saturday.
That's so long.
It was a fire. My dry cupboard was a fire hazard. It was literally just shit on top of shit. And I was just like, I need to do something with this. I've got a week off of doing nothing. I'm going to do it. I'm going to buy the new equipment. I'm going to do it all at once. So that's what I've been doing.
Listen, Matt, don't make changes into the tank tour. You have no idea how fucking motivating we can be.
There'll be things I need motivating on.
Get all your fire hazards cleaned up just in time to put your Apex in there.
Yep.
Yeah. And then it all got to come apart again.
Oh, then you'll just burn it all down with the Apex.
That's it. We call it Terrence Tank.
Okay, so Matt, you have bought a lot of stuff, so congrats on all the new juicy gear. But did you get the smaller UV plumbed in?
Yeah, so the 48 is plumbed in. So I've got a Eheim 3000, but I've turned the pump down. But for some reason, I plumbed it in on the wall vertically, coming from chamber 1, and I wanted it back into chamber 3. But for some reason, it just fucks the water level up. So I'm going to have to still play with it because the water level chamber 1 just plummets down, and number 3 just goes up. So I need to have a play.
So it's pumping way too fast then.
It's pumping way too fast, but I've got it turned down. So I'm going to have to try and maybe go max or minimum and try that. But otherwise, it's going to have to be in one and out one. But that's not ideal.
Yeah, there's flow rate is everything in a UV. I have mine trickling through. And on that note, my week in reefing, because I completely forgot to talk about my week in reefing, not a lot to say other than on New Year's Eve, Hugmanay, Steve. Hugmanay, New Year's Eve, 21st of December. Oh, bravo. Well done. One finger wave. I was just literally topping up my ATOs, things like that, just getting ready to relax for a couple of days. And I walked in to the room and I just saw a reflection in my left eye. And I was like, well, the only thing that can reflect on this floor is fucking water. The whole corner of the room was wet. And I was like, oh my God, not tonight. Seriously, not fucking tonight. Bernadette had been busting her fucking ass, getting us out as early as we could to get home and have a drink and relax and put our feet up. And I was like, where the fuck is this coming from? So I then climbed in the cabinet like a fucking mutant, right? And I'm busting plugs off with my shoulder. I'm just like, rah! I wanted to see behind the sump to see where the water was coming from. And there was half an inch of water behind the tank just sitting. I was like, oh, fuck. So the first thing I did, obviously, in true raft tradition, is did I taste it?
Taste it, yeah.
I tasted it. And it was indeed salty. And I was like, that's way worse than just my ATO overflowing, maybe the float valve stuck or something. I was like, no, it's really fucking salty. I was like, right, Jesus Christ, what do I do? So I had to just sit there and watch and wait for a drip or anything to move or anything to change. And then I just saw a tiny little drip of water on my UV pipe, the coming out of the sump, going to the UV and then returning. So yeah, I had to rip all the pipework out, drain it, all the rest of it, re-glue it, put it all back in, and then just sit here for 2 hours until the glue went off enough to then fire the flow back on. Because I didn't want to leave it without the UV for 2 days because it's used to having a UV running, and shit just goes weird when you start changing parameters, and I wasn't there to see it. And then I realised that one of my wee cameras that I keep an eye on things, you know, like for leaks and things like that, had been sitting in the fucking water. So that's fucked.
I've noticed that we've had Amanda in all the time, but she's not once said hello or unmuted herself.
I don't know if she'll be comfortable being on camera, but Amanda, are you able to unmute and maybe even talk about your week in reefing? You want to take part this week, or would you rather not? I think she joined and then just left.
I just assumed she was pissed again. I just slumped in the corner somewhere.
Oh, does Amanda like a wee drink?
Totally making it up.
Amanda, are you there? Do you want to join in, or would you?
Damn it, Rob! This is how things get going. See, you just you start making shit up, and then the next thing you know, it's got legs. Look at what happened with the helicopter.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, she was talking about
and the children in my basement.
But it was New Year's Eve.
Yeah, well, that's true, Lee. So
I was going to say these are made up runabout.
Yeah.
I don't think Amanda wants to play, so we'll just leave that.
Hello, Amanda.
Hi, Amanda. Okay, well, I think we'll wrap it up there, gentlemen. First and
What
foremost,
about Rob?
Yeah,
what
you're not
about
going to ask
Rob?
Rob.
We haven't done
Rob
it.
anyway.
What time? 10 to 4.
Rob, he's a celebrity. He's got his own channel for this shit.
I haven't done anything.
no, you're totally right.
It's far
Rob.
too important to tell us about his reefing week.
Tell us
Get your
about your
Sparky
week.
fixed.
Actually, I did actually just go out and get 10 Stratons. Let me just get the box. Yeah, so I checked all the plumbing on my system. It's all good. No leaks anywhere.
Fuck you.
Yeah, I haven't done anything.
How's your battery backup?
I was about to ask that.
Jim's asked 3 times.
Yeah, you don't fucking care.
I was concerned. Yeah, I'm fucking past it. Yeah, I need to message the Sparks this week just to get him to come and check that breaker to see if it's broken still.
It still don't work?
Well, still, if I switch the breaker, it just doesn't seem to do anything. Everything stays on. I don't know.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so it's either it's so amazing that I think it's not working and it is, or it's not working. I'm going to go for the latter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you actually considering Stratons?
No, my fuck. No. Well.
not even.
That was a lie.
Am I fuck? Well,
Look at that face. It was a lie.
He's waiting for the sponsorship.
Yeah, that's it. That's what.
Oh, he does get offered sponsorships, though. Rob has been offered multiple sponsorships.
Fuck.
Fucking sell out. He's not a whole though. Fucking.
No, he's not. He tells them all to fuck off.
It's not something I want to do. It don't interest me, to be honest.
We can't all afford to tell sponsors to fuck off. I ain't got an helicopter.
Oh, I don't have to
Tell you something. I would take on a sponsor if they 100% allowed total free speech. But that is why I will never, ever be offered a sponsor.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, TMC, you know you want to.
I'll be brutally honest. The last part of the reason I took on Aquaforest were to see how long it is before I get cancelled.
Yeah.
It took you a month.
That's how I would do it too, Lee. Let's see how long till they say "fuck you."
Fuck you.
What the fuck are we doing with this cretin?
Yeah, you owe us $4,000.
What are you doing for salt, Lee? I know you were running out of salt, were you not?
I've gone back to TMC stuff.
Well, Lee, I wanted to ask you. Did you have any? So you used their salt for a little bit, right?
Well, one box.
Did you notice anything weird with it?
It didn't half clean solid floor. Yeah. When I had that flood. Because that's what happened to it.
He dumped it on the cellar floor.
The only reason that I'm asking is because when I was already starting to have problems with my tank, and then I switched to that Aquaforest salt, and then I had major problems.
Well,
I don't know. Honest, it's very. I don't know.
It mixed amazingly. It looked fantastic when I mixed it. The colour in my corals were phenomenal. And when I put it on my fish and chips, it tasted fantastic. So, cheers, Aquaforest.
Such a fucking fucking tart.
Well,
to be honest,
tested.
I never noticed any difference, Matt.
And maybe because you have a higher consumption with everything.
Yeah.
But what it said on the box that it's supposed to mix up to, and what it mixed up for me to, are not the same fucking thing at all.
Right. Like that's weird then.
I mean, it was mixing it over 500 calcium.
But yeah, the Aquaforest thing's working.
Yeah, you remember when I couldn't? You remember when I couldn't get the levels on anything down, and it was like,
yep.
No matter what I did, the levels wouldn't come down. Yeah, I switched to Fritz salt, and the levels came down.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's 500? That's high. What's it meant
to
do?
Mag was like off the charts, like peg the needle.
Fuck.
Like, yeah.
I had the same with Red Sea Black Bucket. They just maxed out mag and
and I mean, I couldn't do anything with it. Like it didn't matter what you did. Like nothing would come down. It just.
But someone who's got high consumption, that's a good thing.
Yeah, well, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if you had high consumption, it would be fine. But like, I don't have high consumption, so it fucked everything up for me.
Would you do smaller water changes with that?
Well, I mean, I don't do huge water changes anyway. I mean, I'm doing like 15% a week, maybe 10% a week.
Is it because of the whole bucket needs to be mixed up? I heard Julian Sprung talking about that.
I always mix
like settlement of certain.
Yeah, you're supposed to shake.
So you might be.
I always shake everything up.
Yeah, before they reckon mix up the whole bucket rather than. But it's not all brands like that.
Yeah,
not all brands. They all mix up differently, don't they?
When I take mine, because I take my salt, if I get it in a box, I put it into a bucket. So when I have it in the bag, I roll the bag around and roll the bag around and roll the bag around, and then dump it into a bucket that has a seal on it, because it's easier to use. That way.
That's why I do.
Yeah.
Just order it online and get FedEx.
It may have just been a bad batch. I don't know. I bought that salt right after. You remember when Jeff B said about he had heard that there was some people having problems with Aquaforest salt?
Yep.
And I thought, well, it's only a couple of people. Yeah. Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah.
I think it's quite strange in this hobby how few people think about salt early on when they see a problem in their tank. We seem to look at all the different parameters really quickly.
The lowest common denominator,
Yeah, so fucking... Why are you not looking at your water to begin with and salt?
Yeah, that's one thing. I mean, after the salinity debacle, and then all of the levels being high, I've got it in my head now more to look at what that is. What your salt mix and your water quality is before it hits the tank. Is something that needs to be looked at right away, because it could be fucked up. Even if you've been using that salt for a while, it could be fucked up.
That's why I sent an ICP test away from my tank and my brand new mixed salt, and kept a sample of the salt in a small little completely sealed container as well. And when the results came back, some stuff was fucking through the roof.
Yeah.
And that's when, I mean, see, to be totally fair, Lou Eckes actually Skyped to me himself, and we had a conversation about it, and the guy could not have been more pleasant and helpful, although he couldn't give me help and advice on the salt. He didn't physically have the salt there.
Right.
He talked through a few wee things, but then all of these hundreds and hundreds of people using that salt started having problems.
Yeah.
And that's when it's like, right, come on. So, anyway.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking now, because we've started going on about it. There's some guy in Sweden right now going, "This is one of our sponsors. What is this inner seepage he's speaking of?"
I don't think
what is this meaning?
I think they might be a little bit more insulted at the fact that you got the country wrong.
Well, whatever. You see, I remember being in geography class and my teacher going, Lee's homework's appalling. Go stand at the back of the class. And as I'm walking out the door, says, I said the back of the class. Oh, some fucking go get him. Let me explain that to you.
It's a Wakefield thing. It must be.
It was a geography joke.
Go to the back of the class because my geography's that bad. I went somewhere else.
Right.
So, you're aware of where agroforest is based, Lee?
It's not Sweden, is it? It's Poland.
Yeah, I was going to say it's Poland, isn't it?
There we go.
Yeah.
Close. Well done. At
It's
least
all the
you
same.
Don't
You're,
bring any
no,
jokes
I
out
just
from
like-
Poland, Lee.
It's
Fuck's
all the
sake.
country next door to Sweden.
the sponsorship stands. It's fine.
I just like making you guys laugh, you see. That's what it is.
It's very good. Anyway, listen, Rob doesn't really have much to say. He doesn't really want to tell us anything.
Bastard.
But we'll all be
Anchor.
we will all be
Fucking
meeting
wanker.
up tomorrow for Dave's
Fucking London.
tank
Probably from
tour.
London.
So I'm excited for that.
Right.
Thank you everybody for joining. Yes, Jason.
I won't be there tomorrow, so make sure you heckle Dave real
What the fuck you
good.
mean you won't be here?
My
Fuck
kid's
you,
got
Jason.
wrestling. Sorry.
That's
It's not good
fucking-
enough. It's not
You got a
fucking good enough.
phone?
Oh,
You only wrestle the
disappointment.
fucking one match is going to be fucking 5 minutes.
True
The
story.
rest of the time you're going to be sitting there.
sitting there. Yes,
It's all getting
that's
participation
absolutely
drive,
true.
won't it?
That's exactly how
Oh,
it
we
is.
will see you tomorrow, Jason.
You sit there all fucking day.
I hope he wins, buddy, and good luck. And I hope you have a good day, mate.
Yeah.
Well, fuck
Hope he
you.
does too.
Thank you so much to everybody for joining this week's Salty Banter. It's been absolutely brilliant, and we'll see you tomorrow for the tank tour, and I'll get the next Salty Banter booked in.
Oh,
Hit like and
second round.
subscribe if you want to hit like and subscribe. If you want to hit dislike, nobody cares. Yes, Lee.
Fuck off.
Lee's got a joke.
No, that's not what I'm going to say. Done.
A handsome bunch of fuckers you are.
I don't know
fuck you.
about that. Where's the no filters?
God, he's got
No-
stuck
no-
on
Top
now.
corner. Top
No,
left
Just,
hand
just
corner.
leave that on. Just leave it on.
There we are. I've sorted it.
That's worse.
Oh, Dave.
Oh, boys.
Right,
How we
Dave.
doing?
Hey.
Hold on.
Five.
Dave.
Is my microphone working, everyone?
Yeah, but what's
Yes.
well, tap it. Let's test by tapping it.
It's fucked. It's broken, Lee.
I don't know why the tap test don't seem to work, but I know it's working because you can hear me.
Yeah, it'll be noise cancellation. It'll just be cancelling out the loud sounds when you tap it.
Now I've got my
Cancelling out
fancy
your
setup
voice.
now.
Silky. Dave, your camera quality is super high, but Lee, yours is. Lee, have you got a fucking wig on? You got a fucking wig on?
He's got that touch-up appearance on.
No, I haven't. That's on other one. No,
Is that
I've
that
got
hair,
a goatee
hair in a
beard,
can?
and
There's no way your eyebrows look like that in real life, Lee. Fuck.
No.
They are
I
some.
can't remember how to get it off now.
Steve, what the fuck?
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
That's don't ask.
Is it that
The first
bad?
question I'm going to ask Steve was how Tank's doing.
God.
Hey, Zach.
Hey guys.
Happy New Year, handsome.
Happy
Yeah,
New Year.
shaved it. Shaved your reef.
Was it just a big reveal, Steve? Are you being a tart? So, do you want to just get started and just go for it and see what happens?
Do it.
I mean, don't all answer at once. You know what I mean? Fucking Rami did.
Can't you get one of the US members to take the money and donate it?
I mean, we could. I'd need to trust one of them.
Yeah, okay.
Good luck with that.
You would be my last fucking choice, Budnick.
Smart.
So
Wrong room thing.
this is a large edit. So
Yeah.
Fucking
Master Onion? That's what
Yeah,
you guys
that's
call
funny.
Tom now? Master Onion? And what is Lee? What do you guys call Lee? He calls Lee the bandit?
The one-armed bandit.
No, what it was, originally Drippy used to call me Leroy, and then Tom went, why'd you keep calling him Leroy? And as if to, defend me, and he's like, all right, then I won't call him Leroy anymore. So now Tom calls me Leroy, and then Drippy calls me One Arm Bandit. Did you ask for me to send my logo so you could put it on end of video?
No, he didn't.
No.
That was Tom.
No,
Oh, Tom.
no,
I couldn't remember who had asked, sorry. Ignore the previous statement.
I did ask as well.
Oh, did you? All right, then I'll
Yes.
send you
Yeah,
the
but you
logo.
sent them the Aquaforest one instead of yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With me like that.
With the Swedish flag on it.
Can't see from, can you?
Right, we're fucking going this time. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks,
Happy
bye.
New Year.
Later.
Cheers.